So coming into the season this year, the Dallas Stars made some pretty big moves in the offseason. They brought in Joe Pavelski, the former captain of the San Jose Sharks. They were ready to make a strong playoff run. They made it to the playoffs last year, beat the Nashville Predators in the first round, did lose in the second round to the defending now Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. Things did not start out of the gate too well for the Dallas Stars, but since then, the Dallas Stars have completely turned their season around. We're going to talk about that. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe, and let's take a look at the Dallas Stars and their start to this season. 10 games into the season for the Dallas Stars, there were a lot of questions about this Dallas Stars team. The Dallas Stars started the season 2-7-1 to start the season. That's right. In the first 10 games, the Dallas Stars only won, you guessed it, 2. Dallas Stars won 2 games to start the year. And with all the big moves that they made in the offseason, they brought in some depth like Corey Perry as well. The team was not looking too good. Since then, there's been a lot of injuries, but the team has found a way to right the ship and completely turn this season around. Injury list includes Martin Hansel, who has been out for a year with a spinal fusion, which he had surgery for. Rupe Hintz, who to start the season was really one of the only guys putting up points for the Dallas Stars. He has a lower body injury, not too much information on his injury. Matthias Janmark, with again a lower body injury, not too much information on that. Seems to be a short-term injury there for Janmark. Stephen Johns on the back end with a head injury. So he is skating again, which is good news, but he's been out for a month. And this is a really big loss here on the back end. John Klingberg was out, and he's been out with a lower body injury and is going to be reevaluated in a couple of weeks. So the Dallas Stars have already been a week and a half without John Klingberg, and they continue to find success. So taking a look, so those first 10 games were abysmal, only winning 2 of them. Since those first 10 games, we're now 23 games into the Dallas Stars season. Since then, the Dallas Stars are 11-1-1. How does that happen? They start the season 2-7-1. And since that point, they really didn't make many moves, if any at all. And they are 11-1-1 since those first 10 games of the year. Unbelievable turnaround for the Dallas Stars. And a couple of major factors include their goals for and goals against, which we're going to get into, as well as their big guys up front really stepping up and putting up points. We've I actually remember talking about it during one of the videos where the top guys, where's Tyler Seguin, where's your captain Jamie Benn, kind of deflecting blame when asked questions about why isn't he scoring and putting up points. Well, since that point, there's been a huge turnaround for this Dallas Stars team. Looking at their goals for this season, they have 66 goals for on the season. They're right in the middle of the pack of the NHL, with that being 18th best in the NHL. Their goals against, though, is the big story for the Dallas Stars. Only 56 goals against this season for the Dallas Stars. That puts them 3rd best in the NHL so far this season. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now. But like I mentioned, 11-1-1 in the last 13 games. They've won 11 of 13 games in the last 13. So really great turnaround here for the Dallas Stars. And hopefully an indication of possibly another strong playoff run if they get there. I know it seems early to be talking about playoffs. We're only 20 games in. There's still 60-something games left. But this matters. The points in November count as much as they do in April and March. This is huge for the Dallas Stars and really a confidence builder for this team. And speaking of confidence, looking at some of these the top 5 point producers on this team. At number 5, you have Joe Pavelski with 12 points, who they brought in from San Jose. He took a lot of criticism to start the season. Those first 10 games, he really wasn't doing much. Didn't seem all that interested in playing, as well as many other players on this Dallas team. The depth seemed to have some issues, as well as your stars, your quote-unquote stars, really not promoting and getting things going for the rest of the team. Radek Faksa at number 4 tied with Pavelski with 12 points on the season. Top three, at number three, you have Jamie Benn with 13 points. So he's really turned things around, and really over the last week, he has been on a rampage, really putting up goals and helping the Dallas Stars in this huge run they are on. Seemingly, stepping into the role as the top defenseman for this team, the young Miro Heiskanen with 17 points on the season so far, and leading the way for the Dallas Stars. At number one is Tyler Seguin with 19 points. Fitting that is, you switch those numbers around, 91, that's his number. So the Dallas Stars really have turned things around, and this is just an unbelievable turnaround for the Stars. The goaltending has been solid ever since last season in the beginning of the year. Anton Khudobin and Ben Bishop have been world beaters, probably one of the best duos in goaltending. They're right up there in that conversation. But the issues have been, since they brought in Ben Bishop and Khudobin, the issues have been not there, but in terms of their forwards, the forwards seem to be struggling, and now the forwards are scoring, they're putting up points, they seem to be awake, and the goaltending's been as good as it was, and they're finding success. I know a couple of years ago, it's frustrating because back in the day, we remember Artemi Lekkinen, what's his name? Kari Lettinen, and Antti Niemi. That duo was almost $10 million for the Dallas Stars, and they both really struggled for the Dallas Stars and was really holding them back. Meanwhile, the offense was firing on all cylinders and playing really well. And then once they switched that, it seemed like the offense was the issue, and now the goaltending was fixed. So it was a really frustrating scenario there for the Dallas Stars. But since then, no complaints, as they are on fire right now. We'll see how long this lasts. They're really rocketed themselves up toward the top of the Central Division. A little bit worried through those first 10 games for sure, but definitely exciting for the Dallas Stars. They have a Winter Classic coming up. They're playing really well. I think the Dallas Stars have to be feeling pretty good about themselves, and hopefully they're able to drag some fans in, because that has been an issue for this team. The attendance has been pretty low, so hopefully that gets going. The team is really, on a hot streak. Hopefully fans start showing up a little bit more for the Dallas Stars. So let me know what you guys think of the Dallas Stars winning streak. Is this for real, or is this just a team, with a facade up right now? I think this is the real deal. The only issue I really have with the Dallas Stars is I'm a little bit concerned when some of these guys come back, the Jason Dickinsons and the guys like that. Are they going to be motivated? When these guys come back, they get their spot. The Dickinsons go back to Texas, and we never hear, because that's part of the issue. You need guys that are motivating. If you have these minor league guys coming up, they're looking to play in the NHL, so they're going to fight as hard as they can. And then when you have guys come back into the roster, they may not have they may have better skill than these guys they call up, but really the gap isn't that far, usually throughout most organizations at this point. They need the motivation, so we'll see how that works out for the Dallas Stars. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.